We told you about who the farmers are, their needs, and their challenges. There are different farmers with varied priorities. But when it comes to post-harvest loss, they all struggle with the same problems, but solve them in different ways. The three biggest opportunities to reduce post-harvest loss revolve around working with farmers to extend the shelf life of fruits and vegetables through processing, enabling them to properly store their grains and cereals, and linking farmers to buyers so their harvest does not spoil on the farm. We found a cooperative that processes peanuts into peanut oil and uses the lower quality peanuts to make soap.
After we transform the good peanuts into oil with the machine, the remnants are what we use here. This is what we use to make soap. These are the peanuts that people will not eat and will normally go to waste.
Working in groups allows farmers to pool resources and overcome barriers to adopting post-harvest loss solutions. Processing peanuts into new products lowers the food loss that these farmers experience and creates new income where there was none before. We also met a women's group of farmers who locally process their overripe fruit into juice.
When the market is flooded, then we can make the juice out of our spoiling fruit. Because these products are consumed in our local place, we can think of processing capabilities and market it ourselves.
At the time this project began, markets were flooded with fruits, causing farmers' harvests to spoil. However, these ladies found a solution to transform the fruits and generate a new source of income. As the economies of countries across Africa gain momentum, demand from the emerging middle class creates viable business opportunities for smallholders to process and sell their products. Imagine if farmers across Africa could create businesses by transforming or processing their harvests that would have otherwise gone to waste. We visited an NGO dedicated to aggregating bananas from many farmers and linking them to markets.
When I joined the group, I started selling larger quantities of bananas. I never thought that bananas could bring income.
Before I joined the project, I was selling very few of my bananas because there was no market, so I was not taking a lot of care of my bananas. Why bother managing them? I let them spoil, but the project taught me how to care for my banana, and presently I can sell up to 900 kilos per month.
By working with these farmers to pool their bananas and link to buyers, the NGO helped farmers find a new way to reduce spoilage. We also met a young farmer named Modu, who agreed to experiment with aggregating the beans of his neighbors to see if they could access a larger buyer. This buyer would give them a better price, eliminating their reliance on the local middleman.
I went door to door and got 15 farmers to contribute their beans. The smallest contribution was 16 kilos, the largest was 125. In total, I aggregated 1 ton of beans. I did not have much hope when I was going to the market, but when I took 2 samples of beans, the buyer was very interested. I was very excited.
We sat down with Modu to see if aggregation was a useful tool for his community. He told us that normally, he and his neighbors each take their beans to the market separately, paying for transportation and selling their product at a lower price. But with the aggregated beans, the trader comes to them and they get a higher price. Because they're moving their harvest off their farms to secured buyers, less food spoils on their farms. Imagine if groups of farmers across Africa were able to aggregate, set prices, and sell to new markets. We met with a farmer organization that provides a high-quality grain storage facility for its members. Farmers store their grains at the facility for a small fee, and the organization helps them sell their products to buyers.
During the dry season, we can be able to have food. 2, we can be able to have a bargaining power. 3, we can be able to keep our food to sell when the price is better. And fourthly, the group is able to also to get a retro profit.
By providing farmers a place to safely store their grains, as well as a market linkage, this organization reduces the post-harvest loss of its members. There are also opportunities for farmers to improve their storage practices on their farms. Small, incremental improvements to how farmers store their crops can significantly reduce post-harvest loss. These solutions include raising crops off the ground with pallets, using better bags, or building more permanent storage facilities on the farm. Imagine if farmers across Africa could effectively store their grains and cereals, giving them more to eat, more to sell, and less that's spoiled. It became apparent to us that unstable farmers need to work in groups to access post-harvest loss solutions like aggregation, processing, and new markets. Transitional farmers are primed for starting post-harvest loss businesses. In order to best support them in this journey, there's an opportunity to design new ways to access capital, create connections to buyers, and bypass middlemen. And lastly, because the stable farmer can produce the most quality and quantity, they need links to consistent buyers. They are also primed to take on large-scale post-harvest loss businesses that will source from unstable and transitional farmers while employing local community members. Post-harvest loss is a solvable problem. By designing solutions with smallholder farmers based on who they are and how they live, we can make post-harvest loss a problem of the past and a sustainable and scalable opportunity for the future. We start with the farmer, we end with the movement.